Robbie D back here on the KITCHEL Sports Network. Thank you for tuning in to the first edition of the Thursday Night Football highlights. And boy, isn't it great to have college football back? Good gracious, it's been way too long since we had some highlights to break down from football. So we'll get to those games here in just a second. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter if you are not. What's stopping you? Come on, get on the Twitter bandwagon. Links on the bottom. Robbie D. Kitchell is my screen name. Also, if you got a chance on Monday nights from 5 to 7 p.m. Eastern Time, tune in to my sports radio show here in West Lafayette. Links on the bottom. Just click Listen Live over on the left and follow the directions. It's very simple, very easy. And finally, don't forget to tune in to Game Time Live with JB and KB. I go on Thursday afternoons from 1 till 3 Pacific Time. That would be 4 to 6 Eastern Time, just for all of you guys who don't know the whole time differential thing. So we'll get started. We're going out to Columbus first, where the Buckeyes, they opened up their season on Thursday night, the first time they've ever done so, and they played Marshall. And this isn't a good sign for Ohio State, because remember back in 2004, let's go to the Wayback Machine, number 2 Ohio State up against Marshall. That's right. Here's Mike Nugent. This was a 55-yard field goal to win it. The number 2 ranked Buckeyes got out alive just barely. They went on to have a mediocre season, but still a victory over Marshall nonetheless. Opening kickoff, how about this to start off your season? Dorian Bell with the hit. Nate Oliver recovers. Look at that bone-jarring hit. And the Buckeyes, of course, they take advantage. Terrell Pryor, corner, Devere Posey, that's 6. And 2 minutes, 18 seconds into the season, Ohio State's already up 7-0. They're up 14-0 here as Drew Basil tries to knock a 53-yarder. No, sir! Ahmed Shakur picks it up and takes it really, really fast to the end zone, 14-7, but take a look at that 7, folks. That's the last time the Thundering Herd would actually score in this game. Later in the first, prior to the great Dane Sanzenbacher, 65-yard touchdown. Sanzenbacher had 3 receptions for 113 yards, and that scores 21-7 Buckeyes. Second quarter, Brandon Sane. Here's the zoom to Dan Herron. Boom. 9 carries, 103 yards, and this touchdown, this one went for 45. Buckeyes lead 28-7. Oh, they're not done in the first half either. Did we mention their defense is pretty darn good? They held Marshall to 199 yards of total offense, and then they also get a pick 6 from Brian Roll. 30 yards to the house. Buckeyes with 529 yards of total offense, and they run away with it. They leave no doubt this time against Marshall. 45-7 was the final score. You see the stat line from Terrell Pryor definitely carrying over that momentum from the Rose Bowl game. 17-25, 247, and 3 touchdowns. Also, the Buckeyes haven't lost a home opener since 1978, so you didn't think Marshall's going to come in there and win that one, did you? Now to the opponent Ohio State plays next week. It's Miami. They were taking on the Rattlers of Florida A&M, and this is probably the easiest touchdown they will ever have. No one decided to guard Leonard Hankerson, and 19 yards later, they're into the end zone. 7-0. Now we're still in the first quarter, and did we mention Leonard Hankerson as a part of this highlight? 40-yard score, Hankerson, 6 receptions, 115 and 2 touchdowns. And then how about this kid, Damian Barry? Zigs and zags his way to the end zone. Rattlers playing no defense whatsoever. Harris was 12 for 15 for 210 yards and 3 touchdowns. 250 yards passing from the Canes in this one. And oh, did we by any chance mention that Miami has a pretty darn good defense? Here's Ray Armstrong, end zone, 22-yard touchdown. Miami, no punts in this game. So Ohio State, you're going to have to go off of no recognition with the special teams in the next game. Miami wins 45-0. Let's go to Hawaii. 14th ranked USC up against the Warriors of Hawaii. Do you like offense? Because defense was optional in this one. Matt Barkley, close to perfect in the first half, finding Ronald Johnson for the 1-yard score, 14-3 Trojans. It's 27-13 Trojans, 20 seconds to go. Bryant Moniz to Eric Salas. It looks like a good touchdown, right? Well, look at the replay. He's never down, and he crosses the end zone. That's a touchdown, right? Well, the officials review. Yep, that's a touchdown, Hawaii. They're going to cut the lead to 7. And they're excited on the sidelines, but actually, the referee says it was short by that much. Well, that looks like a touchdown signal to me, my friend. Not many people understanding what was going on. Greg McMackin was upset. 27-16 at the break. They got a field goal. Third quarter, here's Ronald Johnson again, taking the punt on the line and going 89 yards to the painted area of points. And USC on top, 34-16. At that point, just a scary moment here in the third quarter, though. Bryant Moniz, just the talented quarterback from Hawaii, rolling out and running, and then meets a forearm shiver from Michael Morgan, the senior linebacker. Moniz would leave the game with a concussion take a look at the hit again. You wouldn't call that, maybe he even got part of the helmet as well. You wouldn't really call that a legal hit. Nevertheless, still 588 yards of total offense from the Warriors and 11 penalties from the Trojans. 49-36 final score, SC wins. Mark Tyler, 17 carries, 154 yards, and a touchdown on the ground for SC. But look at this, the defense, that is definitely an area of concern for Fight On. Look at that. They only gave up less than 20 points a game last year. They gave up 36 to Hawaii, 588 yards of total offense. That is a whole lot of offense. We move to Salt Lake City, the game of the night, Utah and Pittsburgh. Second quarter, no score. There's Deion Lewis, the Heisman candidate. The sophomore went 25 carries, just 75 yards. That 3-yard touchdown gives Pitt a 7-0 lead. Utah responds. Jordan Wing to Jeremy Brooks, 19 yards. We're knotted up at 7 apiece at Rice-Eccles Stadium. Still in the second quarter, Win finding that Brooks guy again. 3-yard touchdown, and just like that, 14-7 Utes. They lead 14-7 at the half. Third quarter, more from Jeremy Brooks. How about this kid? 5 catches, 87 yards. This one goes way down inside the 20-yard line for a 46-yarder. It led to a Joe Phillips field goal, 17-7, and special teams coming into play. Sean Selwood's punt blocked by Antoine Reed. Pitt recovers, gets a field goal, and they are down 17-13 here in the fourth until boom! There goes Devontae Christopher. 61-yard touchdown to the Red. 8 catches, 155 for Christopher. It's 24-13 Utah. How is Pitt going to come back? With under 8 minutes to go, they need their new starting quarterback, Tino Sunseri, to find that big target, John Baldwin, for the touchdown. 2-point conversion good. Pitt cuts the lead, 24-21. Now, 3 seconds to go. Dan Hutchins, he missed a 30-yarder earlier in the game. Not this one, though. That one's straight and true. We go to overtime. In the overtime session, first play of the OT, Sunseri rolling out and finding Brian Bleachin. Unfortunately, Bleachin's on scholarship with the Utes. And Utah pumped. Can they finally get a victory over a top 25 team in a season opener? Well, they would be able to do it because Joe Phillips, this is just a chip shot, right? Yes, sir, 21 yards away. Rice-Eccles Stadium going nuts. Utah upsets 15th ranked Pittsburgh 27-24. Jordan Wynn passed for 283 and 3 touchdowns. Pitt just mustered 266 yards of total offense. And then, yeah, there you go. 18 consecutive wins for Utah at home. A great accomplishment for that team and a great start for the Utes. They have a very tough Mountain West schedule. They got TCU, they got BYU up ahead on that schedule, but not a good start from Pittsburgh. They got Miami coming up here in a couple of weeks, but they had, this is a team that's supposed to win the Big East, and going into Utah, it's not an easy place to play, but you're still expected to win, and they came up short in the end in overtime. But you have to admit, only getting 288 yards of total offense, and they still almost won on the road. Dave Wannstedt definitely has some things to be happy about with this team. So, don't forget tomorrow, Saturday, the real college football season begins. We'll have the highlights from some of the best games of that Saturday, and then also we'll take a look at Boise State, Virginia Tech coming up on Monday night because it is Labor Day weekend. You got to have a Monday night game on Labor Day weekend. So that's all we got here for the Thursday Night Football highlights. Don't forget to keep it locked for more great highlights and more great breakdown right here on the KITCHEL Sports Network. We'll see you guys later.